My name is Ross Pangilinan. You're in my restaurant Mix Mix Kitchen Bar in downtown Santa Ana, and I'm the chef and owner here. Yeah, I was recently the executive chef at Leatherby's Cafe Rouge at the part of the Patina Group for the last 7 years, and I left the corporate world to open up my small restaurant. It was a big step for me. Had to make a lot of smart decisions going into this, a lot of hard decisions. I have 2 kids who are 2 and 3, but my wife supported me, and my friends and family supported me, so went ahead and did it. Opening up a restaurant was harder. The hard parts was, I'm a chef, so the front of house, managing the front of house was a lot harder than I thought. Kitchen guys, you could, kind of talk to them how you want. In front of house, they have a little bit more, you have to be a little more gentle with them, I think, so.
You've been skating back in the day, huh?
Yeah, I grew up skateboarding. So I have 3 brothers, and we were always outside. I'm not, one of the chefs that is like, oh, I grew up in the kitchen. No, I was outside skateboarding. I was sponsored. I was sponsored by Ambiguous, Skechers Shoes, Liberty Board Shop. I was skating all over Southern California in contest. Then I got in high school, and throwing yourself off 12 stairs wasn't as fun as it looks. So I signed up for Culinary School right after high school, went to Lake Cordon Bleu in Pasadena. I always wanted to go to Europe. I knew I wanted to do that. I think I was 18 when I finished Culinary School. I worked under a chef at Big Canyon Country Club, Jean-Pierre Lemonissier, and he helped me go to France. So I worked in France for several months in Versailles at a 2 Michelin star restaurant, and I got really good training there. Working at Big Canyon Country Club, that was I love golf. I'm like a 8 handicap. I was when I was playing, which is pretty good. But yeah, I always thought, before I knew what fine dining is, before I knew what Michelin stars was, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a chef at a country club. I can golf and cook. But then, I jumped in this world of fine dining and modern cooking and everything. So Jean-Pierre, he said, yeah, you work for me, I'll send you to France. And in Versailles, it was a 2-star Michelin restaurant right next to the chateau. It's about a 30-minute train ride from Paris. So, every day I'd during our siesta, because you work probably from 8 to 2, and then you don't come back in until 7. So you have a 3-4 hour break. And if I wasn't out the night before taking a nap, I'd go to Paris for the day, kind of just hang out, get lost, and then go back to work. And then.
Do they speak French in the kitchen? Do you know how to speak French?
Je parle un peu français. No, I just speak a little French. I speak enough French to get around. I speak enough French in the kitchen, to someone tell me what to do.
Did you learn there, or did you learn before you went?
I was listening to some CDs before I went there. Learned how to count, learned right, left, comme ci, comme ça. But really broken. When I'd go out with them, we'd have really broken conversations. I would hang out with a Japanese guy most of the time. And it was funny because we would communicate in French, but his French was really broken and my French was really broken. So, we'd drink beer most of the time. So.
The universal language.
Yeah.
Are you bringing that around, or is it more?
There is a Filipino influence for sure, but not on every dish. I do have some Filipino influence dishes like our Filipino style ceviche. One of our desserts is kind of a modern take on our name. Our name is Mix Mix. In Tagalog, or in the Philippines, there's a dessert called Halo Halo. In English, it's Mix Mix. So I'm Filipino, but I'm American, so that's kind of why I named it Mix Mix. Also with the 2 M's, my kids are named Madeline and Maddox. So I almost wanted to do M-A-D and call it Mad Mad, but I wanted to to have a positive environment. So, like, yeah, that's one thing that I love about the restaurant is that we added was the chef's table. It seats 6 to 7. We do a chef's inspired We Chef menu, so I kind of talk to you and make sure I'm not going to cook nothing that you don't love. And I'll cook right in front of you. Most of the time I'm plating in front of you. Sometimes I'll roll pasta or break down fish. The best nights for the chef table is a weekday on our not so busy nights. Then I have more time to be at the table and talk with the guests, and I've been able to meet a lot of people at the chef table, and everyone's loved it so far. Well, I'm learning about our wine program. I'm learning more about the wines that pair better with my food. Instead of, in the beginning I'm like, oh, I think we need a Cabernet, I think we need a Chardonnay, I think we need this, this, and this, just to cover the whole realms of wine. But that doesn't necessarily pair the best with my food. And a lot of chef friends have come in and they've helped me out with what direction to really take with my wine program, and that's going to be my next focus, is to pair the right wines with my food. The hanger steak is one of my favorite cuts of meat. It's known as the butcher's cut. It has a ton of flavor, super tender, and what we do with it here, we marinate it very basically in thyme, garlic, olive oil, black pepper, some rosemary, but we serve it with a potato espuma. So we make a potato mousse, and using one of those whipped cream guns. So we make it very loose, kind of like almost soup consistency. We put it in the gun, and we also put sour cream and cheese in it. So we make it the flavors of a twice baked potato, but the texture is like unreal. People are really surprised of how light it is in your mouth. We put on top of it, we put crispy bacon and chives, so it really has the flavor of twice baked potato. Yeah, downtown Santa Ana has been great. A lot of the locals have been coming in and telling us how happy they are to have them in their neighborhood. All the local restaurants and business owners have come by and told us welcome to the neighborhood. Yeah, we're really excited to be here. I love what downtown Santa Ana is doing right now. It's a lot of good restaurants, a lot of young chefs opening places up. And it's really cool to see, and I think it's good for the neighborhood, to bring a lot more people to this area, to get them out of the habit of going to their favorite corporate restaurant or, wherever that is. So, yeah, I'm super competitive, from skateboarding competition, from growing up playing sports, playing golf and gambling, playing golf. So I'm super competitive, and I definitely bring that into the kitchen. I challenge myself. I challenge my cooks all the time. I'll race them, or tell them, you come in here, we gotta get better every day. And I think we've been doing that. Most days we've been getting better. So.